on Lowcountry Money Talk, we've been talking about two fascinating topics. They are fascinating.
Yes.
There might not be
To me.
positive words in our lives, but we're talking about debt and we're talking about taxes, national debt, but your tax picture. And Phil, one thing that we've, just the theme keeps reoccurring is the importance of having a tax plan.
Right.
And I know there are viewers out there because, I've been in this situation myself where you're not taking a long-term approach to tax planning in regards to your retirement. Instead, you're going year by year and just really kind of trying to manage your current year's tax liability. So what do we do? Because it feels overwhelming to start.
Sure.
How do we start making sure that it's a long-term plan?
Right.
What are you going to do for us?
The first thing we need to do is take a look at the evidence.
Okay.
I need to see your tax return.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually that's history, right? Because it's already happened. So, but I can see a lot from that, like the mistakes we're making. How much did we take out of our IRA? Did we take more than the minimum? Did we take any and we didn't have to? So we want to look at that.
Okay.
How much of your Social Security is taxable right now? It's going to tell me. The one thing I like to look at is what's going on with that first bucket in your capital gains. Do we have any losses carry forward, some things we could use to our benefit to get some conversions done? So the first step is let's see where you're at today, and then let's make a plan on get us where we want to be. We talked about the marshmallow test on a few shows back. Instant gratification. Retirement planning is a long-term thing, okay? So, 1 year, this year, that year. A lot of times people are chasing the dog around the tree. It's like, hey, you're behind the thing. They're chasing performance. They're like, oh, I want to move my investment from this one to this one because it did better last year.
Right.
Not the year that we're currently in. So we want to make sure that we don't get behind and we're chasing things. We want to get ahead of things. So, and another very difficult thing, probably the most difficult thing, develop a plan is one thing.
Yes.
So you've made the commitment, we've put the time in it, we've sat down several times, we've got the plan all. Okay, then guess what we got to do next?
Do we need to follow the plan?
That's the problem. So people get off the rail. You ever heard of chasing rabbits, right?
Yeah.
So I'm walking down this nice nature trail. I got to be from point A to point B, and a rabbit jumps out, and I lose my mind, and I start chasing a rabbit, and I'm all backwards and in the woods and lost, and I'm not going to get to point B because I'm back here chasing around this rabbit, which is unimportant and not going to lead me to success. So one of the biggest things I see is people get off the plan.
Right.
And then, I'm here to remind you, hey, you're off the plan.
Right.
Okay? Or people say, well, hey, Phil, this one didn't work out. And I'm like, did you follow the plan?
You need to follow the plan.
And they're like, no. I'm like, well, it's not going to work out.
Not going to work. Well, and that's what, if you focus on the outcome, and that's what I want to talk about here next quickly, is the outcome of having a plan that you then follow. What is the quality of life difference that we stand to gain from tax planning for the long term?
You have a vision and a plan. You expect taxes to get worse. It's not a surprise to you. You have an investment plan. When things happen in the market, you're like, oh yeah, we planned for that. The stress level goes down, the enjoyment goes up, and the money stays steady. Because we've already considered all the things. The government is going to continue to go into more and more debt. It's a fact.
It's a fact.
It's not going to change. Like I said, this plan guarantees that we'll be $4 trillion more in debt in 2 years. Everything's going to cost more. Taxes are going to go up. We sunset this tax plan that we're currently in 2026. So make a plan that takes all that into an account.
Absolutely.
And then you're like, yeah, we already planned for this.
Right.
And you can go enjoy your retirement.
Oh, doesn't that sound good? All right, we're gonna wrap this up, put a bow on it, send you off to the next thing. But what we've really learned here is that you really need to have an effective tax plan. This is a forward-thinking project. This is not, like you said, Phil, you got to get ahead of it, get all those potential tax savings, in comprehension with your retirement plan. It all works together. You can do that if you feel like you are behind and chasing it every year by calling Rachel at the office. Go ahead and have that revolutionary wealth review. It really is eye-opening. It's really smart to do it. They'll help you get on a plan that's going to give you that better quality of life. Rachel will take your call if you want to set that up. And Phil, what a show.
Yes.
I learned a lot.
Enjoyed it.
This is great.
Right.
We'll see
Make
you
a
next
plan.
time. Make a plan. Well, make a plan to watch our next show. We'll see you then.